What's up, y'all? Getting uncomfortable back. What's up, Eddie G?
It's the deal. It's your boy Eddie G.
Man, so what we got going today, bro?
Man, we got mindfulness. We're going to be talking about mindfulness and everything that entails and how it's beneficial to you and why you want to do it.
Man, what got you looking into mindfulness? What made this be something you want to talk about?
You know, I just feel that like when you look at society today, we need it. I mean, you just have so many, worries and concerns that are just people are being inundated with. For my own personal reasons, I do a lot of live theater, right? And, if you don't have a tranquil, calm mind, it can be very nerve-wracking. There would be days before shows, like the night before, man, I'm waking up in the middle of the night drenched in sweat. And I was just like, man, how do I figure out a way to not be, because I know this is what I enjoy doing, but how do I overcome these barriers and the fear and the anxiety that I'm being encountered with? And it was just something that I had to take on. I started researching, okay, how do I get calmer under pressure? And I just started meditating, just sitting there calm, just focusing on my breath. And it was a way for me to just be calm under pressure and help me optimize my performances. Because when I first started out, I felt that I was a little more rigid. I just wasn't completely immersed in the character how I needed to be. And definitely mindfulness and meditation was something that really kind of helped me just calm down and just be in the moment.
Because, one of the biggest things about mindfulness is reducing the anxiety, reducing your stress, having you think with a clear mind that's not emotionally driven.
Absolutely.
I think we talked about that in a few episodes. Our responses can be emotionally driven. And usually, if you don't have mindfulness, I think me and you were talking about, that's why we got so many road rage issues.
Absolutely.
People just acting out of character just because you were triggered or you were reactive.
Right.
You weren't thinking through, you weren't active in your thinking, you were reactive. You were letting somebody kind of start your thought for you on where you weren't going to go. You didn't steer the car for yourself.
Right.
So whenever you are being able, because I know for me, mindfulness has really been able for me to just be more present.
Right.
Too, because being present helps me be more calm, be more collected, be more in the moment, of course, but also whenever my mind's always running, going through things, I'm always frustrated that I lack the presence that I need. And with mindfulness, I've been able to just be like, hey man, take a second, enjoy what you're doing today. Enjoy what you're doing for the moment, because this is a precious moment that you have.
Right.
Each moment is. So having that mindfulness, and through that, it also makes my mind not run so much. I feel like we be running from thing to thing, going and just keeping going and just going. But that mindfulness slows you down.
Right. Makes
you present, makes you stop running, makes you stop worrying about the next thing and really capture what you're in today. And I think that's what we're missing today. We ain't present in the moment.
No, we're not. We're constantly, like I said, inundated with so many things coming from all over the place. And to me, that's a thing of great value, to just be able to sit down and focus. Just breathe, inhale and exhale. And don't judge your thoughts. Hey, if your mind wanders, if it drifts off, it's okay. Yeah. Just get back to focusing on your breath. And through those things, you'll be amazed at how it creates in situations that ensue after that, the space between your thoughts and your reactions, you have more time. So you don't just, like you said, you're not going to be as reactionary. You can think in that moment, hey, is this beneficial to me or is it detrimental?
Yeah.
And like I was telling you, I was walking my dog the other day, and this guy in my apartment complex just lets his dog out, and the dog just jets down the stairs, and it wasn't a vicious attack, but it was just had like a bark. It was barking at my dog, and I could have reacted like, hey man, put your effing dog on a leash. But I was like, you know what? I'm not in jeopardy. My health's not in jeopardy. My dog's health is not in jeopardy. So is it really worth responding angrily? And I didn't. And, I attribute that to just being in control and being mindful in those moments, because a lot of people, they don't have that space between, their thoughts and their reactions. It's just they're stimulated and then they react.
This is who I am.
Exactly.
But it's not really who you are.
Well, yeah. It's not who you're supposed to be.
No, it's not who you're supposed to be.
And people die over just stupid things every day.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about these rappers out here, man. They're posting themselves online in their enemy's blood and stuff. I forgot the rapper's name, but the Houston rapper, man, you know, R.I.P. to him and his, to him and, condolences to his family, man. But there's just certain things that you have to be aware of that you can't do because maybe they would have been like, hey, I'm going to just charge that to the game. It happens. But when you instigate certain situations, this is a response that people are like, man, I got to go do something. Mm-hmm. So I think mindfulness, it helps you with empathy. Mm-hmm. And that's what we need more in today's society. We need more empathy.
That self-awareness, like we were talking about,
right.
That perspective that you gain from being able to be mindful. Becoming mindful of my situation isn't just X, Y, and Z. It's also A, B, and C, mm-hmm. and everything else through the alphabet. There's so many other perspectives, so many other ways to look at things and not be triggered or not be upset, not mm-hmm. be so defensive. I think that's what we all. So everybody want to be on offense or defense. Absolutely. Everybody want to be on the attack or the offensive. When nobody wants to stand in peace mm-hmm. and find our own peace. And mindfulness definitely has helped me find a level of peace, even through stressful situations. Just like this, like you said, mm-hmm. go through that situation. You had every right to get upset and mm-hmm. be frustrated and let that ruin your day.
Right.
Instead, you're like, is this really worth it?
It's not really worth it.
And I think, I like what you said, but at the same time, it kind of the way you say it, or the way it's said, it makes me think of something else. But like you said, you let it slide. Yeah. People, because whatever you say, people are like, man, you let shit go. But it's like in reality, I'm looking out for me.
Right.
I'm saving me.
Absolutely.
Like I don't care. Like I ain't worried about.
And do you really want to give people that much control to be able to dictate your emotions? If they know that they can just manipulate your emotions, then they're going to constantly do that to you. Mm-hmm. And you're going to constantly just be at the whim of what everybody else does instead of you controlling yourself. Like I said, if you're not in jeopardy, if your physical health isn't in jeopardy, mm-hmm. Then you just really need to think about, is this worth it? Yeah. Is this worth me even responding? Mm-hmm. Because you don't know how ignorant this person is.
No.
That's why in traffic, man, sometimes the light be red. They could have, the light's green and, they may be on their phone. I may tap the horn a little bit, but I'm not going to get all belligerent. No. Because there's people out here, they're on edge, man. They get out the car and blast your brains out.
Mm-hmm. And I know as we talk about getting uncomfortable, this is one of the parts of getting uncomfortable. Right. And like we were talking about before we joined on, this is like the starting block. Right. Of really starting to get your mind under control. Right. Because it takes mindfulness to overcome addiction, it takes mindfulness to come over habits, mm-hmm. to put new habits in. And mindfulness is the beginning block. That's how I look at it. Mm-hmm. Of a lot of things of improving your life.
So neuroplasticity.
Yeah, neuroplasticity. Yeah, like how you talking about.
Basically what neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to create new brain cells and learn different behaviors,
new thought patterns,
and
mm-hmm.
which is important. Just starting off with just waking up, something that we just think like, how is that going to help me? Just the very idea and the action of waking up in the morning and just doing nothing for 10, 15 minutes. Start off like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, just focusing on your breath. You'll be amazed at how that will help you and just give you, look, it's not a panacea, and basically what a panacea is, it's not going to cure all your problems. I think a lot of people think that they want to just like with semen retention and NoFap, they think, oh man, is this just going to cure everything? No, it's a piece of the puzzle, and that's what we have to keep in perspective. Yes. That it's not going to cure everything. This is just a piece of the puzzle that you implement into your routine to put all this shit together. Excuse my language, but put it all together,
Like you were talking about earlier, it's the process.
It's the process.
It's one of the pieces of the process, and and this to me, this part of the process is all about you, mm-hmm. and it's all in your mind. So you can practice mindfulness every single day. So, and there's always tips and techniques, such as if you have a thought that's recurring, mm-hmm. find a different way to look at it. Right. So any thought, whatever.
What's that? Multiple perspective.
Yeah, MPA, multiple perspective advantage. So just grabbing that advantage and being mindful of like, this ain't the only way this can be. Right. Or my life isn't like your situation. That dude's dog could have ran out. So that could have been a different perspective. Like, oh, this dude dog probably just ran out or something. Exactly. And it could be something not even that big of a deal. Exactly. Making it something huge. So being able to grab that MPA will make you stop and say, this ain't worth it because I don't know what this person going through. I don't know what they got going. Like you're saying, people ignorant, but then also people got real lives too. We all got real lives.
Right.
I think, like you said, the lack of empathy in the world is why mindfulness is so important than ever before, man.
Absolutely.
Because it'll increase that empathy. It makes you more empathetic to people who are going through struggles. It makes you more understanding and being able to put yourself in their shoes and say, I can see why you're having a bad day.
And you know,
I shouldn't pile on.
One of the benefits that I've noticed, like a real world benefit, is that meditation, it releases endorphins. Like after a good meditation, session, man, you just feel a lot better. You feel a lot lighter. You feel like you have more mental clarity, creativity. And I think it will diminish the use of people like doing drugs and drinking. So it's like a healthy alternative. That you really can access a lot of those same, chemicals in your brain through meditation that you don't need to necessarily go to drugs or go to alcohol. It's harder, it takes more discipline, but in the end, it's definitely worth it.
And like we were talking about too, like one that instant gratification.
Right.
And mindfulness is nothing good is ever instant, unfortunately. We can all admit to that. Ain't nothing ever good instant, but mindfulness, like you said, that consistency with it, the discipline focus to continue to work at it. Like we were using Floyd. We were talking about Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather, right?
Mindfulness for that dude is just on another level.
Absolutely.
Just
like we said, he's basically Kobe Bryant, but less articulate and a foot short.
Yeah.
He's the same dude. He has that same focused mentality. Like people clowning him about his reading ability. Man, look, this dude got $1 billion in the bank.
What you got to worry about reading for?
Exactly. I got lawyers and accountants to do all that. All that reading. He's focused solely on his purpose. So yeah, man. I hope today's episode, resonated with you guys and you were able to glean some knowledge from it. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, share it, and we'll be seeing you guys on the next one.
Until then, y'all be easy. Keep getting uncomfortable.
Peace.